بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Then the Imam continues back to the story of Abu Hamza. He says, I saw a man, his face was filled with nur. He prayed the most beautiful salah, and then he recited a beautiful munajat. He said, Ya Allah, maybe I have disobeyed you, but at least in Iman, I have fully obeyed you. You know that my heart is filled with yaqeen and certainty and love towards you. So if you punish me, Ya Allah, then I deserve it. And if you decide to forgive me, Ya Allah, then there is no one more generous than you. The dua continues. Abu Hamza says, this was the most beautiful munajat I had heard. And then he says he went into sujood and he said, Sayyidi, Sayyidi, my master, 70 times. He says when he finished, I knew that this cannot be but Ali ibn al-Hussein. No one can read such a beautiful dua. So I quickly went to him and I asked him, are you my Mawla, my Imam? Imagine you finding an Imam al-Mahdi, praying all alone. What would happen to you? So he says, I went to him, I told him, are you my Mawla, Ali ibn al-Hussein? He said, yes, I'm Ali ibn al-Hussein. Look at the ma'rifah of Abu Hamza Thumali. He says, I threw myself on the earth and I began to kiss the feet of the Imam. That was the first time he sees Imam Zainul Abidin. He says, I started to kiss the hands of Imam Zainul Abidin, such that the Imam had to tell me, stop, Ya Abu Hamza. What a pure heart. What submission this man had for Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. And then the report says that he asked the Imam Zainul Abidin, and it seems like this story happened a couple of years after Ashura. He asked him, what brings you to Kufa? This is the land where your grandfather Imam Ali was killed. This is the land where your father Hussein was killed, meaning it was the people of Kufa that came and killed him. So why have you come here? Basically, you have no friends here. Oh Imam. And Imam Zainul Abidin told him, I left Medina, I came all the way to Kufa, but before I went and I visited the grave of my father Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. Imam Zainul Abidin would go and secretly, quietly, privately visit the grave of his father. And then he told him, now I have come to Masjid al-Kufa to pray and I will soon go back to Medina, so I'm not here to stay. And then Imam Zainul Abidin, he made an unbelievable offer to Abu Hamza Thumali. He told him, Ya Abu Hamza, are you free for the next couple of hours? Yes, of course, my Imam. What do you need from me? He said, how would you like to visit the grave of my grandfather Ali ibn Abi Talib? Now, up until that day, the grave of Imam Ali was concealed. No one knew where the grave of Imam Ali was. Imam Hassan and Hussein, they hid it from Bani Umayyah, so they wouldn't go and excavate his body. No one had visited Imam Ali alayhi salam. It was a dream for Abu Hamza to visit the grave of Imam Ali, but I don't know where it is. Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, he saw that Abu Hamza was worthy of being the first companion ever to visit the grave of Imam Ali alayhi salam. He says, I told him, yes, Ya Mawla. He says, I went, followed him on his camel. We left Masjid al-Kufa. Masjid al-Kufa is not too far from the shrine of Imam Ali. He says, we arrived at a desert. There's nothing there. There's no grave. He says, there was a small hill. It was shiny, as if nur is coming out of it. He says the Imam came down from his camel. He went on that small area that the Abu Hamza called Al-Ghariyain. He says he placed his cheek on that dust and he told me, Ya Abu Hamza, this is the grave of my grandfather Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. He says, and then he recited the ziyarah. And the very first ziyarah that was ever recorded towards Imam Ali alayhi salam was Imam Zainul Abidin and Abu Hamza Thumali. Now you'd have to be someone that's very worthy in the eyes of Ahlul Bayt. If the Imam himself, he chooses you, he tells you, I want you to come with me on this mission. Isn't this something that we dream of? The 313. Imagine if the Imam tells you, I want you to be one of the 313. I want you to come with me and visit the graves and the shrines of my forefathers and to be my companion. What honor is this? But obviously you have to be of a high caliber. Your iman has to be in a league of its own. And Abu Hamza Thumali, he had that iman. There were two important traits, brothers and sisters, so we can inshallah learn from Abu Hamza Thumali, because Abu Hamza Thumali was not a ma'soom. Now the Ahlul Bayt, we say they're ma'soom, they're infallible, we can't be like them. But Abu Hamza Thumali was an average person that built himself, that was able to achieve those high levels of iman. So we can be inspired by them. What did
Ya Hussein